Well, let's talk on that subject for a second. Fear.
Yeah.
Fear. There's a great book called The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, which is an amazing book on how to conquer your fear as a writer. What are your techniques on trying to conquer that fear? Because it is, looking at that white screen with the blinking cursor is terrifying. For most writers, even the most skilled writers in the world, it's for that 1 second, it is pretty terrifying. So what are some tips on how to break through that fear?
Okay, well, I can tell you where this comes from because I'm not a genius, but I used to sit at my computer and watch the cursor blink for hours. Even if I had a deadline that was imposed externally and I needed to turn something in, I would sit there and stare at it. And it got to the point where I wanted to find out what was wrong with me. If I could tell people I'm passionate about a script, but I can't seem to start working on it, there's got to be something wrong somewhere. So I went to a therapist who had just graduated from college. She was doing her a certain number of hours that you need, as a requirement before you can get your license.
Like a residency almost.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went to her. She was brand new, and I told her what my problem was, and she just just answered it. And she explained fear to me. And she said, there's a couple of different kinds of fear. There's fear of success and fear of failure. And I said, well, I can't possibly have a fear of success because, I want to make it and I want to get rich and I want to have a big house in the hills and, have people over and, all that. And she said, okay, but you're looking at success in the wrong way. You're looking at it very superficially, but there's a lot more to it than that. If you write a script and you're successful with it, guess what? You have to duplicate that. And what if your fear is that you can't live up to it? What if you can't do it again? You caught lightning in a bottle, but it really wasn't you. Some things came together and you got it done and you sold it, but that may never happen again. So that's a fear. A fear of failure is similar in some ways, that what if I write something and it never pans out and no one likes it and I get exposed? Oh my God, I got found out. I don't have any talent, blah, 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 whatever.
Imposter syndrome.
It's enough to stop you cold. Yeah. You won't do anything because you don't want to hear those words. So you have those things happening. And if you're really unlucky and very creative, by the way, this occurs to more intelligent people. Like people that are dumb don't have this problem. They're not sitting there worrying about whether or not they have enough talent to pull something off. They're basically sitting there contemplating lame stuff that has nothing to do with anything. But if you're a little bit intelligent or a lot and you've got some talent, that is what you're worried about. So you will sit there and watch the cursor blink because you don't want to end up in having one fear or the other play out in your life. But there is a cure to that. And it's one of the things that I actually teach in my class. I do an hour lecture on how to kill procrastination. And it's actually very simple. And if I tell you here, no one will come to my class. So.
You can tell me after we cut the recording, sir.